Well, welcome to this meeting. Very warm welcome in particular to the Executive Committee of the International Mathematical Union. Every year the Executive Committee meets, and it meets in one of the locations of its members. And this year we're really pleased to have the meeting here in Cambridge. So I'd like to especially welcome the President, Professor Hirako Nakayama. I also like to welcome the General Secretary, Christoph Sorger, Aston. and in addition, we have here with us today John Ball, who is former president of the IMU, and actually the only UK president, and so on. Tomorrow we will also have Carlos Koenig, who is the immediate preceding president. So the meeting is sort of conceived, taking advantage of the international presence and meeting, in some sense, the country, the UK, here, and taking advantage of the institute here. So, but before I maybe explain the somewhat complicated plan for the next 2 days, I like to just say a little bit about the institute. As director, I think it's my duty to do so, so I'll go ahead with that. So, this is not looking very good. We change things. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so the institute was founded. Let's see. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. I seem to have sent the wrong slides. That makes sense. Sorry about that. We'll see. We get there. The institute was founded in 1992, and we have it's a UK research infrastructure, and really it was founded to run thematic programs, residential programs of 1 for 6 months, 2 in parallel, and really representing broadly the mathematical sciences. By now we have about 25 programs, 25 program workshops, and plus another dozen or so shorter events like this one. Altogether, in the last 2 years, we have something like 3,000 visitors, a third from the UK, a third from mainland Europe, and a third the rest of the world, largely Northern America. The Newton Gateway, which is about 10 years old, is really an important initiative for us because it connects us with industry, government. It's our knowledge exchange arm. So let me just go on. So it's really important for us to make the Institute available to as many people as possible. So the Institute's program, please do apply for them. It's open for anybody to run a program. Workshops, we have an open door policy, and indeed, most or nearly all of our talks are live streamed and also recorded. So there are now something like 10,000 recorded seminars. Talk Elsewhere is a program where departments around the UK can invite some of our visitors, and we actually pay for them to travel to give seminars elsewhere. Somewhat newish is the satellite program, where we run programs actually all over the country for generally a month, and trying to put a spotlight on some specific groups within the UK that may not be at one of the well-known universities, but often there are research groups that are especially active and have a speciality in interesting and maybe not mainstream, sometimes not mainstream areas. So we have had such meetings in Aberystwyth, in Newcastle, and indeed in many, many other places. We do also now have retreats. Basically, anybody in the UK can just come for a week to the Institute and take basically a little bit of a sabbatical from wherever they are and study and work together with somebody. Okay, the barriers to participation are still remaining, unfortunately, but we feel we can make a difference here at the Institute, because there's so many different visitors from all over. Maybe we have the chance to actually reach more people than maybe one institution can by its own. So it is an important part for us to make sure that we send the right signals there. We just recently have these new Ramanujan fellowships that are also especially helping younger people from developing countries to come and join us at the programs. Let me just very briefly also mention we have a new and upcoming EDI, Equality, Diversity and Inclusion event, which is actually next week, where we, for the first time, I believe, bring people interested in these topics together from all over the UK in the mathematical sciences. Miller, our Deputy Director, is actually leading on that, and anybody who would like to come and join us for that, please do. So not only do we want to promote equality, diversity, inclusion, but we also realize that it is a research culture which is important. So the openness and the way people are included is really important. And not only do we have our visitors and all our colleagues help us, but also our staff is very much behind these sort of initiatives and help us with that. Okay, so the Newton Institute does consider itself also very much an international and national institution. We have had some extra funding over the last 5 years, and some of it has been completely via donors. So we had the Solidarity program, which now morphed into a rebuilt program for Ukraine, where we were able to support refugees especially from Ukraine and Russia, but also from other places. So we have been very glad to do so, and some close to 20 people have been placed all over the country again for a year, and indeed much longer in certain cases. We also operate networks, and there are now some over 30 networks involving probably 1,000 or more UK mathematicians. We are really pleased to work together with the Heilbronn Institute here to continue that also in future. And we will hear a little bit more about these next two things, namely the Academy and the Knowledge Exchange Hub tomorrow, because they're hopefully going to be part of an emerging infrastructure within the UK. I just want to mention, because it's really the Newton Institute sort of incubated them and funded them as well. Right, with that, I just want to very briefly take you through the program. It's a little bit small, sorry about that. The program really was considered to bring as I said, bring the executive committee, the International Mathematical Union, together with the UK. So we basically have Colloquia, a panel, another panel, Colloquia, and a third panel. So the first set of Colloquia sort of bringing together the IMU and Cambridge. Then the first panel is actually really bringing the institute, namely we're running at the moment 2 programs, one in the modern history of mathematics. So that's why the first panel, we took advantage of all these wonderful historians being here and have a panel there. The second panel is about the evolving landscape in the UK, trying to bring really some of what is happening within the UK also to an international audience. And I hope that will be interesting both for people here in the UK as well as international. And then with the second set of Colloquia, we had a cancellation, but Michael stepped in, very happy and pleased that he could do so. And this is now really a set of colloquia, a session that represents our other program that runs parallel to the modern history program, namely the equivariant homotopy theory. So we have 2 topologists giving talks in that session. And finally, our third session is about the IMU itself, and very much looking forward to that as well. Now it's time for me to step down and but make a space, make way for Sir John Aston. John is the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Research here at the university. He's also a member of DIPLMS, the Department of Pure Mathematics and Mathematical Statistics. He has been a government advisor and is at present the president of the Royal Society for Statistics. So thank you, John, for joining us.
Thank you all for being here. And I mean, a special welcome to the IMU Executive Committee. On behalf of Cambridge, we really are pleased that you're here today, and that we hope you have a fantastic, first of all, scientific program and then executive committee meeting. You know, Cambridge, it has a history in mathematics. I don't think we need to sort of, beat about the bush. You know, we have huge and long history going back to Newton and before, and you know, I think it is really good that you are here to experience that, and it's really good that we have panels on the history of mathematics as part of the program. But I think you should be more excited about being here in Cambridge because of the mathematicians we have in Cambridge now. From Wendelin, from Oscar, to Tim, to Corolla, to Poling, to Ailsa. We have so many amazing mathematicians. Jack over there. I think Cambridge has a really vibrant mathematics community going on at the moment, and we as a university level are really proud of the maths that is happening in Cambridge, and we really hope that you get as part of the program, but you know, just experiencing the environment. I think personally this is a fantastic environment for maths. The buildings, the whole area, having the IMU-INI here is a really amazing place for people to do maths and to think about maths, and for the young generations of students and postdocs to really get embedded into maths here. So in my role, I only get to spend 1 day a week sitting in the building there doing maths, but it is my best day of the week. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming to Cambridge, and we really hope you have an absolutely fantastic time while you're here. Thank you.